The anterior abdominal wall. As you know that we have the three flat muscles and two vertical muscles. That is the three flat muscles are external oblique muscle, we have internal oblique muscle and the transverse abdominal muscle. So first of all, I will show you the external oblique muscle. This is the external oblique muscle. See here, it originates here from the 8 fleshy slits from the lower 8 thoracic vertebral ribs from its outer surface. The fibers, they are going forwards and downwards, like here. It is going downwards and forwards and medially, and then most of the fibers, they are joining, they are ending up in the aponeurosis. This is the aponeurosis. This is the aponeurosis here. This is the aponeurosis of the external oblique muscle. This external oblique muscle, they are covering the rectus abdominis muscle here and are joined and are inserted between the xiphoid process up to the pubis symphysis here. The posterior most fibers, they are running vertically downward and are attached with on the anterior 2/3 of the outer lip of the iliac crest. So here this aponeurosis, this is the aponeurosis of the external oblique muscle between anterior superior iliac spine and pubic tubercle. This is known as the inguinal ligament. Here it becomes thick and become enfolded in itself and forming the ligament, inguinal ligament or Popper's ligament. Okay, and here you can see a gap here. This is the gap in the external oblique inguinal external oblique aponeurosis, that is known as the superficial inguinal ring. Okay, and from here, what is this? This is the spermatic cord running out from it. Okay, so this is the external oblique muscle again. So see the fibers running downwards, forwards and medially and ending in the aponeurosis. This is the aponeurosis. Then the second layer is internal oblique muscle. This is the internal oblique muscle. The fibers, you know, it originates from the lateral 2/3 of the inguinal ligament. Here they are arising from the lateral 2/3 of the inguinal ligament, intermediate lip of the anterior 2/3 of the iliac crest and thoracolumbar fascia, and they are going upwards, forward and medially, forming the direction of the fibers are the right angles of that of the external oblique muscle. See, the direction is here like this, and here it is going upwards, forming the right angle. And when they are going upwards, most of the fiber is ending into the aponeurosis. This is the aponeurosis. Here you can see, this is the aponeurosis. They are ending in the aponeurosis, and that aponeurosis is attached from kyphoid process here up to the pubic symphysis and forming the sheath of the rectus abdominis muscle. This is the rectus abdominis muscle and it is forming the sheath of this muscle. Okay. Then the third one is this is the transverse abdominis muscle. They are running forward. So most of the fibers, they are arising from the thoracolumbar fascia, inner surface of the lower 6, inner surface of the costal cartilage, from the iliac crest, inner lip of the iliac crest, and from the lateral 1/3 of the inguinal ligament, and they are running forward and ending on the aponeurosis. Now this is the vertical muscle. This is the rectus abdominis muscle. Here you can see, this is the rectus abdominis muscle. Here, straight muscle, vertical muscle. This is the vertical muscle. See, these are the intersections. These white ones zigzag like are the intersections. Here, the vertical muscle. Here we have this is the muscle. See, so this is the rectus abdominis muscle. This whole rectus abdominis muscle, and it is covered by this sheath that is known as the rectus sheath. So rectus sheath is formed by the aponeurosis of the three flat muscles. Okay, and above anteriorly it is overall covered by it, but posteriorly it is deficient above the costal margin and below the orchid line. See here, this is the posterior. This is the posterior lamina, posterior covering of the rectus sheath, and this is the anterior covering of the rectus sheath. Okay, so anteriorly above the costal margin, it is formed by the single layer of the external oblique muscle, which is going forward, and posterior it is deficient. But between the costal margin and up to the orchid line, the anterior sheath is formed by the anterior lamina, anterior single lamina of the external oblique muscle, anterior lamina of the internal oblique muscle, and posteriorly we have the posterior lamina of internal oblique muscle and the posterior sheath of the transverse abdominis muscle. And below the arcuate line, this is the arcuate line here. This is the arcuate line. This is the arcuate line. Below that arcuate line, we have the deficiency. We have the only the fascia transversalis, and anteriorly all the three aponeurosis is running forward, and posteriorly it is deficit running directly on the fascia transversalis. Okay. So contents, you know, we have the rectus abdominis muscle, small pyramidalis muscle, if it is present here, and we have the various vessels and nerves, like here we have this inferior epigastric vessel, superiorly we have the superior epigastric vessel, we have the superior epigastric vessels, I can't see here, but this is the inferior one, okay? And they are anastomosing with each other.